then the question would be, how can I go into the darkness alone? First of all, you need to stay in, meaning you need to stay aware. In order for you to stay aware, to stay in. Outside energies can influence your perspective, perceptions, ideas, and conditions can blur your judgment. Where your third eye plays a key role. The more you stay detached in observance, the more you create that space between outside storm and you staying in center because you are the eye of the storm. You can see clearly, better clarity or vision. With that, you can discern basically who they are for what they are. When we are in attachment, it can blur our vision. Even though you are in a toxic relationship, make them stay in these relationships that do not help them to grow, sabotaging them constantly. On a subconscious level, they're attached to that circumstances. You need to look at these areas. What am I attached to? Addictions, compulsion. You needed that in order for you to feel like you're not alone. You have something, even though it's toxic. The more you stay aware, the more you build momentum, the more you put in conscious efforts to practice that intentionally, you're going to sharpen your judgment through intuition. You are outside external forces of influences of other people's opinions, ideas, dreams, philosophies, ideals, and all these conditions. So now you know where you want to head. You know who you are better. With that, you take one step, another step. The journey is not going to be 10 to 20, it's going to be 0 to 0.5, 0.1 to 0.2, something of that nature. At first, it requires a lot of your patience, training ground for you to build trust and faith once again in the divine. That is who you are, all that you are. It's not going to rush you to complete this process. It will give you little bits and pieces to digest. Once you're fully digesting, fully processed it, it's going to help you to move to the next level. Just want to skip all this together, all this negativity, this discomfort. That's where you're going to be trained. So allow yourself to see this as a training ground. Show up in whatever way that you can. At times, you may need rest. It's like the muscle push and then the muscles tear, and then you need to give it a rest, provide nutrients that's necessary in order for these torn muscles to grow bigger. You're also learning of balance to stay in neutrality. Everything grows in harmony. If you are pushing yourself, you can reach a certain level, but that's going to be intention of seed planted not in neutral, harmonious soil, more of the egoic, forceful energy.